Right now, the Middle East is on edge. Missiles, airstrikes, sanctions worth billions of dollars. At the center of it all, one country. Iran. For more than 4 decades, the United States and Israel have treated Iran as one of their most dangerous rivals. But here's the twist. Iran was once one of the West's closest allies in the region. So what happened? To understand this rivalry, we need to rewind the clock. Because Iran and the West were not always enemies. In fact, before 1979, Iran was one of the United States' most reliable partners in the Middle East. But that relationship didn't exactly begin in the most democratic way. In 1953, Iran's elected Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh was overthrown in a coup backed by the CIA and British intelligence. The operation, known as Operation Ajax, helped restore the Shah, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, to power. For the next 26 years, Iran remained firmly aligned with Washington and its allies. But beneath the surface, resentment toward the Shah and foreign influence kept growing. And in 1979, that resentment exploded into revolution. The monarchy collapsed, and in its place rose a new state, the Islamic Republic of Iran. The revolution didn't just remove the Shah, it replaced an entire system. At the center of the new Iran stood a cleric named Ruhollah Khomeini. After returning from exile in 1979, Khomeini quickly became the supreme leader of a brand new political experiment, the Islamic Republic of Iran. Under the new system, Iran became a theocratic republic where religious authority held immense political power. Clerics gained immense power over politics, the courts, the military, and the media. And the revolutionaries who had helped overthrow the Shah, liberals, nationalists, leftists, were gradually pushed aside as the new Islamic leadership consolidated control. Inside Iran, society was reshaped around strict religious principles. But the biggest shift happened in foreign policy. The new leadership rejected Western influence entirely. Relations with the United States and its allies collapsed almost overnight. From that moment on, Iran framed its survival around one idea: independence from foreign domination. And over time, one technology came to symbolize that independence more than anything else: nuclear power. A program that would place Iran at the center of one of the most dangerous geopolitical confrontations of the modern era. After the revolution, Iran didn't just change internally. It began reshaping the balance of power across the Middle East. Instead of relying on traditional alliances, Iran built influence through what analysts often call a network of resistance. Across the region, Iran supported armed groups and militias that opposed Israel and Western influence, including Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in Gaza, and militias in Iraq and Syria. From Israel's perspective, this meant Iranian influence was no longer confined to its borders. It was now sitting right next door. And that's where the conflict entered a new phase. Not open war, but a shadow war. For decades, Israel and Iran have fought indirectly through sabotage, cyber attacks, assassinations, and proxy battles across the Middle East. One of the most famous moments came in 2010 with Stuxnet, a highly sophisticated cyber weapon widely believed to have been developed by the United States and Israel to sabotage Iran's nuclear facilities at Natanz. At the same time, a number of Iranian nuclear scientists were assassinated in operations widely attributed to Israeli intelligence. Iran responded in its own way, expanding support for regional militias and strengthening missile and cyber capabilities. But above all, the proxy wars, sanctions, and covert operations, one issue has remained at the center of this rivalry: Iran's nuclear program. Israel and the United States argue that Iran's nuclear ambitions could eventually lead to the development of a nuclear weapon, something Israel believes would pose an existential threat to its survival. Because in a region already filled with tension, the arrival of a nuclear-armed Iran could dramatically shift the balance of power. But Iran insists the program is for peaceful purposes, mainly energy production and scientific development. In geopolitics, sometimes the fear of a weapon can be just as powerful as the weapon itself. And that fear has shaped one of the most dangerous rivalries of the modern era. And that brings us to where we stand today. A rivalry decades in the making, spilling into the open war. Recent strikes and retaliation have pushed the region dangerously close to full-scale conflict. Joint military strikes by the United States and Israel targeted Iranian facilities and leadership structures, triggering widespread retaliation across the region. Missile and drone attacks have spread across multiple countries, threatening to drag the entire Middle East into a larger war. The consequences have been devastating. Civilian casualties are rising, oil routes are threatened, and global powers are watching closely as the situation escalates. In geopolitics, blame rarely sits neatly on one side, and this conflict is no exception. But beyond the politics, the power struggles, and the missiles, there is something far more important at stake: human lives. Thank you for watching. For more deep dives into history, geopolitics, and the stories shaping our world, consider subscribing to Beyond the Myth. And above all, let us hope for the safety of those caught in the middle of this conflict, because every life matters.